I will say that when they were asking Tyronn Lue, how good this team was, talking about the Warriors, and he goes, best I've ever seen. And they're like, can you expand on that? He goes, let me tell you. They won 73 games last year. They're 13 on the playoffs this year. They're unbelievable. It didn't look like a coach that necessarily thought they were, primed to win this series, but he did say we can play better, and that's what he's going to focus on.
They're the underdog. They were a heavy underdog, right? The Cavs.
Yes. For the series, yes. Last night they were about 7.5, 8-point underdogs.
LeBron spoke about it after winning the series and advancing the NBA Finals. He was like, look, I don't want to think about it right now. I want to enjoy this. He's like, but we're facing the team that's been the best team in basketball the last 3 years. So even though they split the NBA Finals, because throwing the regular season, Golden State's been the best team. Been the best team throughout 3 regular seasons. They just happened to lose a 7-game series last year to the Cavs. And they are, I believe, 28-1 in their last 29 games if you go back to the regular season.
Is that right? I was hoping that LeBron would make it interesting and we'd be looking at a long, drawn-out series, and maybe that'll still happen. You never know. These games, we've learned. How many times have we said it, that there's no carryover from game to game oftentimes?
They're not going to commit as many turnovers if they take care of the ball. And Golden State, 31 assists with just 4 turnovers. That's not going to happen.
I've never heard of an NBA team with only 4 turnovers. I mean, I've just never even heard of that.
I think that's a record.
Yeah.
In the finals, anyway.
I think that they showed a couple teams that had similar outputs. I mean, I think it's happened, but with that many assists.
But like you said,
I was just keeping track of that early in the game. And that's what Golden State's known for, because they whip the ball around.
Yeah.
They pass it really well, and they get open shots because they spread the floor so well. So they're going to get their assists. They had to have been number 1 in the league in assists.
Tough to beat them when they got 20 more shots than you. If they're going to jack up 20 more shots, it's going to be tough to beat them.
But, part of the reason that happens, like you would think, and Kevin Love had a bunch of rebounds. He had 21 rebounds. You would think with Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love that Cleveland wouldn't have a problem rebounding. But Golden State spreads the floor so much that their bigs have to be out on the outside guarding guys. You know what I mean?
Wide open lane.
Yeah.
Too many easy putbacks, too many dunks allowed. I mean, you can only focus on one thing against them defensively. It's either the three-pointer or the lane. And last night they focused on the three-point shot, and they did pretty well. But the lane was wide open.
I mean, we knew this when it happened, but think about it. They won 73 games last year. And they took that team that won 73 games, and they let Harrison Barnes go. And he was a nice player on their team. He was okay. But they added an MVP in Kevin Durant.
The Warriors smoked them with Klay Thompson chipping in with 6 points with a complete dud of a game.
Missing threes.
Smacked them.
He'll get hot from beyond the arc.
Right.
They didn't even shoot particularly well from beyond the arc. Steph did, but the rest of their team didn't.
That's right.
I mean, Draymond was 1 for 5 from threes. All right, KD was 3 for 6. That's solid. Klay 0 for 5.
They were 12 for 33. I mean, it's 36%. I mean, that's good. But
you only watched the first half. They missed a bunch of layups. I mean, at halftime, I think the lead was 8, and everybody was saying, well, Cleveland's lucky it's only 8. Could have been a 20-point lead if Golden State was knocking down some shots.
Yeah.
But it can change because LeBron himself had 8 turnovers. LeBron cleans that up a little bit. They get a little something from Kyle Korver off the bench, who missed wide-open threes. Tristan Thompson plays better.
Just text me on Saturday afternoon or Sunday and remind me the game's on.
Sunday evening at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, just remind me because it's like out of sight, out of mind, right?
You won't set a reminder on your phone.
No.
Set an alarm.
Not worth it. It is exciting right when it starts. You feel that energy in the crowd. I thought the crowd was amazing. But
I thought the game itself, like the first quarter, the highlight plays from Kyrie and Steph and LeBron. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that was fun to watch.
It's great basketball.
But you still got the feeling watching that Cleveland wasn't going to win that game. That's the way I felt.
I didn't know that. I thought in the first quarter they might have had a chance.
I mean, they must have been terrible in the second half because they got 39 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible.
And some of those points were from Dante Jones in garbage time.
Yeah. All right.
What's
well,
happened?
It better get better than that performance. 22-point loss is ugly.